So now we have the legs, the short rails, the long rails, and this handle here. And the last piece that you need is this support. And if we look at the drawing for it, it doesn't look very descript. Okay, there's reason for this. It says refer to the pattern for dimensions, and we're going to mirror the hole placement for the left and the right. Um, this is one of those where you can go through and put in all the dimensions for it, but it gets to be a lot. So instead, we're just going to kind of fudge it a little bit. Let's go to make a new part file. When you go to create a 2D sketch, we're going to pick the bottom plane, and we're going to go and simulate what our piece of wood would be that we would start with. So it's 7.5 inches long, and it is 4.5 inches tall. We extrude this out. This is 3/4 of an inch, just like the other pieces have been, so 0.75 thick. Okay, now we're going to right click and make a new sketch on top of this. And well, we're just going to play around with some different things. So we're just going to go with a 3-point arc. Right, click over here and come over here a little bit. We're going to make some things that look about right. As a matter of fact, we're going to click on line, change it to a construction line, and we're going to show where the middle of this is so we don't cross that by accident, because we are going to go ahead and mirror this and do the same thing on the other side. Again, in woodshop, you guys are going to have a pattern to draw this off of. Right now, you do not. Okay. Oh, we're back to being in construction lines again. So let's change that out of construction. Make sure that we are not in construction for anything else. Alright. Let's see here. We'll go to that. And actually, I don't like where this endpoint is. We'll just scooch it up a little bit. Bring it in. And we'll have one more 3-point arc that goes from there to there. And we're going to make these two tangent to each other, so there's no funny little point at the end. But everything else can kind of hang out, and we can play around with what it looks like and what we think looks best. So, ooh, that's a little funny. Again, we don't want to go beyond this line. And I do want to make sure the distance between here and here is going to match up with what our drawing said. Our drawing was very limited, so it's 2 3/4 across here. .75, and yeah, that looks good enough. We are going to need to find the center of this. Maybe we should make those 2 points the same center. That would make things a lot easier for us. So let's make those the same, and then we can play around a little with where this is placed in here. Remember, just keep it below that line. So there we are. Let's switch to a circle, and we need a 1/2-inch circle. I think it's 1/2-inch diameter. Let's double check our drawing. Yep, 1/2-inch diameter right in the center. And let's extrude that. So we're cutting stuff away. Let's go a 1/2 inch in. And I probably should have waited on that, because here I have to right click and make this sketch visible so I can get rid of the rest of the stuff. Let's go extrude, cut, and with the profile. Huh. It does not want me to do that, does it? Alright, we have to back up a step here. Let's right click and delete this sketch. We'll go, yeah, just delete. We'll keep the sketch but delete the extrusion. And now when we go to extrude, oh, it still doesn't like that. It's because I didn't close it off, I bet. Alright, let's go back into the sketch. Wasn't clear enough with Inventor. Have to draw a little line between there. Alright, now let's see what happens. I go to extrude. Recognizes that as a profile. Won't give me this outside as a profile. Alright, let's go back into the sketch again. Okay, I'm going to hypothesize that I need to draw a line all the way around the outside of this. There we go. Now I can select it. Check that out. Let's cut all of this away. Distance is going to be all. And then we're going to make this visible again. And I'm going to cut just a little bit off of this. We're going to cut at a distance of 0.5 instead of all. Perfect. And let's turn this sketch back off. So uncheck visibility. And I want you to save this as the handle support R for right. And then we're going to go back to this sketch here, this extrusion. We're going to suppress that feature, suppress this feature, and now we need to look back at this sketch and we're going to edit some things on here. So just like before, we're going to say mirror, and I'm going to get everything that's under this. Oop, I almost missed that. The mirror line is going to be that little dotted line there. Apply. Done. And now let's finish the sketch. And we want to make that visible. We're going to say extrude, cut. We did the same thing again. Did you guys catch it? We have to go back in here. I didn't draw my lines to go around the outside of this, so I have to go back in and say line. And now we're going to extrude. Interesting. Well, that's not very nice, is it? I'm going to cut. Distance is all. Let's see if it doesn't want me to just pick that profile. Okay. Let's make a new sketch on top of here then. Maybe you'll have better luck than me, I don't know. Alright, here's what you do when you get really frustrated with things. Just draw a big box around it and you say, I'm done with you. Extrude. Profile is going to be everything that's inside of there. And change the distance. Change the distance to all. And get rid of it. Alright. And we're going to do one more extrusion here. I make that a cut. And say OK. And now we have a mirrored side. Okay, so now we have a left and a right side, which means that if we were to put this on the box, let me double check this. Yep, if we were to put these on the box or on the footstool, they would face towards each other, and that little handrail that we made would fit right into these little holes. So let's turn off your sketch, uncheck your visibility, and instead of saying save, because you already saved it once, you're going to File, Save As, and you'll call it Handle Support L for left side. Okay? And that's it for making the pieces. You have all of the pieces made for your footstool. Make sure you change this to a color that's going to look good, like birch, so it matches everything else. And Your pieces are now done. Next video is going to be the assembly, and then we're going to get into the drawings.